2, 3, yeah.
Hey, you guys, welcome. Deborah King Live. So delighted to see you. And whether you're a returning guest or this is your first show, be prepared to have a lot of fun with us. All right, let's go.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Spirit gave to me, you know, I'm gonna let it shine. I said the Spirit gave to me, yeah, I'm gonna let it shine. I said the Spirit gave to me, you know that. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All around the world,
That's right.
I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Woo, go fast.
Each and every day, I'm gonna let it shine. Each and every day, I'm gonna let it shine. Each and every day, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
What a way to start. Isn't that fun? Hope you guys sang along with us. The lyrics are always right there here on Facebook. Just click on them. And let's take a moment and call in for some guidance, okay? So you can close your eyes if you like, or if you're driving, don't. And just take our attention and intention to connect with everything that's around us, that comes through us, that we're part of. We are just a microcosm in the macrocosm. We're part of everything. We're all connected. We're connected wherever you are. You're connected to me and the whole band here and to this beautiful weather. Just enjoy the day together and just breathe in all this joy. All right. I'll take a minute. I'll introduce the band. We have Jack Lee on keyboard and Lois over here, Mahalia on vocals, and J.B. White on vocals and bass, and Myron Aguilar on vocals, and James, our guy James Antunes on vocals and drums, and so lucky to be sharing these great afternoons with them. And this next song I'd like, it's an old favorite, I bet you know it, In the Garden. So lots of people know this one. It's just a favorite of mine. Let's get it going. All right.
I come to the garden alone when the dew is still on the road. roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and He walks with me, and He talks with me. He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
He speaks, and the sound of His voice is so sweet. The birds hush their singing, and the melody that He gave to me within my heart is ringing. And He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own, and the joys we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
Very sweet, you guys. Very sweet. All right, I'm going to head over to the other side of the garden and talk to you about Metta. Metta is this amazing practice that I'd like to teach you today. We'll do it together. Okay, so let's talk about Metta. Metta is this practice I learned a jillion years ago that I really want you to learn. It's called loving kindness. It's all about extending your loving kindness. And the word Metta comes from Pali. Pali's one of those ancient, really never used languages, in conversation. It's very much like Sanskrit, except it's where the Buddhist scriptures are. So the Vedas that I've studied so much are in Sanskrit. This is a Buddhist practice. And Metta is all about positive feelings and goodwill and kindness to yourself and to others, and it never would countenance any kind of violence. Very Buddhist, right? So the goal of Metta is to build these feelings inside of you. Again, first for yourself, and then extend it outward. And you'll see as we do it that first we send it to people we know, and then pretty soon people we don't even know, and then people we don't even like, right? The result of the practice are feelings of joy and trust and compassion and love, and you'll be amazed what it'll do for you. And we'll all be amazed what it will do for the world. Truly. So doing Metta makes you feel a lot better. It's that simple. And it's the perfect antidote to these divisive times. It's so easy to do. You can do it. The thing I like about it, I like to do two things at once. I bet you do too. And you can do Metta while you're doing something else, because as long as you're not using 100% of your brain, you can do Metta. So you can do it while you're shopping, while you're eating, driving. Anytime you can do two things at once. You can do Metta and wash the dishes. You can do Metta and work out at the gym. You can do Metta and walk the dog. As long as you're not using 100% of your brain power, you can do Metta. Well, let's stop and talk about metta as loving kindness. So what is it? What is loving kindness? In the Buddhists define it as benevolent affection. You know, what does that mean, right? The interesting thing is they say it's not automatic, that we actually have to cultivate this state of awareness or state of mind. And like meditation, it's a little bit of a meditation, by the way to cultivate this state of mind is to practice it. Same thing with meditation, right? In fact, cultivating loving kindness is one of the main tenets of Buddhism. In case you're curious about that or want to delve into Buddhism, this is one of the main things you have to learn and do. So loving kindness is not something we can just like automatically fall into at all. We have to practice it. Again, it won't just, like your meditation practice, you had to do it every day, right? It doesn't just materialize. And we'll get momentary feelings of loving kindness, won't we? You know, we get a little moment here and a little moment there. And aren't they getting more fleeting and farther apart these days? Loving kindness seems almost impossible to generate sometimes in the times we're living in. So that's why I think metta is so critical. That's why I wanted to teach it to you today. We're living in insane times, aren't we? There's so much non-metta-like behavior flying around the world. It seems like there are a lot of people who've had very few lifetimes, who seem very inexperienced as human beings, and who have trouble relating to other people without, being pretty divisive. Excuse me. So Margaret Mead, you remember her. She's a famous anthropologist from the 60s, cultural anthropologist. She wrote Coming of Age in Samoa. She's really an interesting gal. She says that the advent of civilization was when the archaeologists uncovered, during her lifetime, a skeleton of an ancient human being that had a healed, broken leg. Now, just think about that for a second. Because before that moment, if you broke your leg, that was it. You were either going to starve to death or die from dehydration, or you're going to freeze to death. That's it, right? You had a day, 3 days at the most. Now, as an ex-mountaineer, I've been in plenty of situations where, frankly, I thought I was going to die from one of those three things: dehydration, hypothermia, or running out of food. And it's very scary. And that's how everyone lived prior to this discovery in this tribe, and it probably then spread throughout the shared consciousness we all had and have. It transferred to other tribes that a human being could take care of another human being long enough for the bone to heal. And then that injured person who couldn't take care of themselves during that 6, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever, probably longer because they didn't have somebody to, mend it. They had to be fed and taken care of before they could hunt or gather again and sustain themselves and sustain their own life. So for Margaret Mead, loving kindness was that stepping stone into the next level of civilization, where people gathered as tribes. And that made survival for all of us a lot easier. It's really interesting, isn't it? Now, I could put this in Star Trek terms, okay, and I could say the need of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. A really true statement that we seem to have kind of forgotten lately. That's a very apt description of a functioning civilization in one soundbite. So with metta, you can keep that vibration alive of extending that same kind of kindness outward, from starting with yourself and then extending it outward. But again, it's a practice. All right, that's what it is. Now, let me tell you how it works. It's real simple. First, we'll extend loving kindness to ourselves. I know that sounds simple, but for a lot of people, that's the hardest one of all. And then next, you extend loving kindness to someone that you love. That's pretty easy because you already love them, right? Next, you extend loving kindness to someone you don't know, that you're neutral about. You just don't know them. And finally, this is the tricky one, you extend loving kindness to someone you actively dislike and find unlovable. And when I was getting ready to talk to you about this today, it dawned on me that there may be hundreds, if not thousands of us on this call today who are all extending loving kindness to the same person. Hilarious, really, if you think about it. So now, I want you to join me in saying the following. You can say it out loud wherever you may be, or you can have it running inside your head. The trick is to feel the thoughts as best you can, not just have words, but actual feelings. So do it with me. This is Metta. We start off by saying, I am safe. So just repeat after me. I am safe. I am happy. I am happy. I am healthy. I am healthy. I am at peace. I am at peace. Now we choose someone. Just pick somebody in your own mind that you love. Could be your favorite person or your favorite pet. And you say to them, you are safe. You are happy. You are healthy. You are at peace. Isn't that lovely? Okay, now we go to someone we're completely neutral about that we don't really know. You neither like nor dislike them. It could be someone that delivers your mail or that you see regularly at work, but you don't know them. And you think it, feeling. You get the feeling. You say to them, you're safe. You're happy. You're healthy. You are at peace. Now, finally, pick somebody that you really dislike. Bring their image to yourself and say to them, you are safe. You are happy. You are healthy. You are at peace. You really mean it when you say this to them, okay? So if we repeat this practice often enough, maybe a couple, 3 times a day, right? You can really transform the ill will that you may be experiencing in these super problematic times where there's just so much dislike, right? Now remember, don't get hung up on sending it to yourself. It starts off by sending it to yourself. And you may find that, wow, that's my real stumbling block, is I don't like myself very well, and I can't really feel strongly about liking myself. And if you discover that, there are millions of people who feel that way, right? It's very common, and I want to help you get past that, because it's critical for your spiritual evolution that you really like yourself. Seriously, you really like yourself. Okay, that's the entire practice. I love it because I'm kind of type A, and it's the shortest thing in the world, right? And it takes just a couple minutes or less. It can happen anywhere. You just center your attention on extending loving kindness wherever you are. Maybe you're in line at the grocery store and you're super annoyed about the gal up there that's taken forever. And so first you start with yourself, and then, to someone, maybe the guy behind you, or your spouse who's with you, or your child who's with you, and then the guy behind you, you're neutral about it, and then to this woman, and by the time she moves on, you're over it, right? You can give it to the gal that does your mani-pedi. You can extend it to the man at work that just drives you up a wall. And again, there seem to be more and more people these days that we find more and more annoying and upsetting. We can't demonize or vilify people, or we're all going to end up in these me versus thee camps, and we'll all be extremely unhappy. It will not be a good culture to be in. All right, let's take a break for a song. I'll come back and we'll do a little bit more metta, okay? Hey, before we move on, I want to take a second, and we're so excited we got our 888 number working here, and I want to share it with you. It's 188-DEB, D-E-B, show, S-H-O-W. Here it is for you on the screen. Pretty easy, right? You can call in. You can talk to me on the red phone. Don't freak if you don't get through today. Come back next show, and I'll be sure to work with you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Some bright morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to that home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life is gone, I'll fly away. Like a bird from these prisons walls I fly, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
Oh, how glad and happy when we meet. I'll fly away. No more cold iron shackles on my feet. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away.
In the morning,
When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a land where joys will never end. Say,
I'll fly away.
come on, man, say,
I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
one more time.
I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away.
In the morning,
When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
That is so much fun. I must say I missed that song. I never caught it earlier in life, and the band brought it to us here a couple days ago, and all of a sudden I see Jack over here, our keyboard guy, playing the guitar, like mega playing it. I'm like, Jack, I had no idea. Yeah, so, a multi-instrument guy. Okay, what fun. We will head over and do a little more metta here right about now.
okay.
Okay, and I know you're not reluctant to do a little bit of metta with me because it takes, a minute or two, right? That's one of the things I love about it is, you can just be standing at the sink getting a glass of water and you can think, oh, the news was so upsetting to me this morning. I saw that awful, murder or whatever you might have seen, and you can send metta right then. So let's do it again. So we start off by saying to ourselves, I am safe. I am safe. I am happy. Do it with me. I am happy. I'm healthy. I am healthy. Really feel these feelings. I am at peace. I am at peace. Now we're going to choose someone that we really love, somebody we really care about. It can be a pet, by the way. And we do it again, and we say to them, you are safe. You are happy. You are healthy, and you are at peace. Now we choose someone we're completely neutral about, and we send them that same loving kindness. We say to them, you're safe, you're happy, you're healthy, and you're at peace. And that works us up to really sending out some loving kindness to someone we actively don't like. Whether you know them personally or not, doesn't matter. You can send it across the world. And you say to them, you are safe. You are happy. You want to mean this. You want them to be safe. You want them to be happy. You want them to be healthy. And you want them to be at peace. Imagine how this could change our culture and our world situation. Don't we all already feel better, right? We do. So I read this meme the other day, and it said, we're not all in the same boat. We're just all in the same storm. It's not bad, huh? And let's face it, some of us are on yachts, some people are in rowboats, and somebody else is barely hanging on to a life raft. Now, our job, yours and mine, you're here because you're an awakened being. That's why you're having a good time with me today. Our job is to help everywhere we can. We don't pay any attention to class, ethnicity, politics. We don't care what the political stand is, background, gender, religion. Hey, nothing matters, right? Not when it comes to metta, not when it comes to real loving kindness. We're here to help everybody. Now, before I quit, you got to hear about this tattoo. I was just so charmed when I read this. The tattoo said, Judas ate too. Judas ate too. Well, think about that for a minute. If you think about the Last Supper, that's totally correct. Jesus fed Judas along with the other disciples at the table. He prayed for Judas. He even washed his feet. I mean, how to fathom that kind of unconditional love? It's beyond us, right? But it's not, really. Metta could take us there. It's what we're meant to strive for. This giant love that could really forgive even the worst betrayal. Because in the end, you know what? Let's face it, you guys. We're all Judases. We are. All right. How about another song? All right. I want to introduce this song. I want JB as a songwriter and a musician and a singer. He kind of does it all, right? And I want him to tell you about how he came to write this song.
I don't know how many of you write songs, probably a number of you, or write anything. Songs come from a lot of different places. Sometimes it's just an inspiration that hits you. Sometimes you have an arena you want to write about. This song came about in an interesting way. For a couple years, I was part of a songwriting group. Just me and a couple of my pals who are also songwriters. I loved their work. They loved mine. We would get together every couple weeks and kind of urge each other on to write songs. And we give each other an exercise. Write a song with the color purple in it, or whatever. One week, the exercise was write a song that uses the title of another very well-known song. At the time, this was actually a number of years ago, so everything's relative. It was a troubled world, and I was troubled by it. But I also had a lot of happiness in my life. It's very much connected with the Metta talk that Deborah gave today. And I wanted to write a song about those feelings I had, and I came upon the old classic, I'm in the Mood for Love, as the title for this songwriting group. So I wrote this song with that old title. Days of thunder, nights of fear. It feels sometimes the end is near. Everything counted on disappearing, almost gone. Hang on tight to Mother Earth. No sense of purpose, no sense of worth. As ground below is turned to sand by forces we don't understand. tempting to embrace despair and curse the stars above. But I won't do that, not tonight. I'm in the mood for love, in the mood to let things be, to not let worry torture me, to count each blessing, smell each rose, 'cause you know how it usually goes. We scratch and claw to get our share, but we never get enough. Well, I won't go there, not tonight. I'm in the mood for love. Love can't stop a hurricane, protect us from a hard, hard rain. It's not some pill that makes things right, or conjures day and all is night. But if there's a point to all of this, I know for me just what it is. It's my daughters, it's my wife, my friends, my family, this sweet life. When I think about these precious gifts, I forget the ugly stuff. Come in, join me, share the light. I'm in the mood for love tonight. I'm in the mood for love.
Wow. Pretty romantic. Oh my goodness. If you guys fall in love with that song or any of our songs today, you know, you can just replay the show on Facebook and hear them again. And we'll put a link. Of course, the lyrics are here on Facebook, and we'll also put a link so you can find this song. All right. Time for me to take calls on my red phone. I'll head over there right now. I may be speaking to you in a minute. Another beautiful, beautiful day in Ojai. It's about 80 degrees, I'd say, and what is it, like November 2nd? What incredible. I know I'm a little weather-driven. I actually moved to Ojai for the energy. I felt it the day I came here to do an event. We'll talk about that again soon. Hi, this is Deborah. How may I help you? Got a little feedback.
This is Mari Lucas.
Hi, Mari Lucas. Where are you?
I am in Austin, Texas.
Okay. How can I help you?
I am curious if you can give me information about my allergies and if eliminating any particular food, or is it environmental?
What are you allergic to, Mari?
Well, I'm not sure. I think it's more molds, or it seems like when the humidity comes, then I have more postnasal drip.
How old is the home you're in?
Oh, well, it's fairly new. It's I'm living. It's probably, I guess I'm going to say 6 years old, 8 years old. I think it might be more related to the climate, though.
Well, there might be some mold in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you've nailed it. I think it's a mold that's irritating you.
Okay.
Is it seasonal?
It's weekly. It's
Yeah, but
and
is
I
it worse
Okay.
one part of the year more so than another? Is it worse in the winter than the summer?
It's worse when I have for the last few days we had dry weather, and we had a north wind. We had drier weather. Now we have the wind coming in from the Gulf, the ocean, and I'm noticing my throat, clearing my throat more, and that sort of thing. So I guess that's my problem. I was just wondering if there was anything you might suggest to help
feels
it.
like you have. I agree with you. They're allergies, and I believe they're environmental and not food. And I not sure how to reduce it. I would turn to homeopathy.
Okay.
Take little pellets.
Yes.
I'm seeing pellets. I'm not seeing drops. And you can usually get some really good advice on that on the internet. If you Google homeopathic remedy for environmental allergies, a couple of suggestions will come up, and you probably intuitively be able to put your finger on the right one.
Right. Currently, I control it with one by Boron called Rhine Allergy.
That is a homeopathic.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is homeopathic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, look at the great advice you're giving yourself. You know your own body. Yeah.
I do know my own body. Thank you for affirming that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you called.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You take care.
Okay. Beautiful.
Oh, she goes. Oh, guess we've got it working. Hi, this is Deborah. How can I help you?
Hi, Deborah. My name is Anna. I was actually calling to see if you had any information in regards to our family dog that actually just passed away.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, thank you so much. I've actually been extremely curious and figured that this would be the perfect time to ask, I guess, anything about her afterlife, and if you could give me some further insight on that.
What's her name?
Her name is Princess.
And how old was she?
She was 17.
Oh, what's her breed? Must be a pretty small
She
dog.
she was a Yorkie.
Oh, yeah. Well, what a wonderful long life she had with you.
Yes, thank you so much. Hence the reason of her name. I named her when I was about 5.
Oh, how cute. So animals have a group soul as opposed to an individual soul. And so she's hot to come back and be with you some more.
That sounds something like I needed to.
Yeah, no, her energy is very, very available to you. She can return in another form. Feels like you have quite a bond.
Yeah, definitely. Can I ask you what kind of form she would potentially come in?
I'm not getting any information on that, but I personally would look for a dog. I just think it would be easier for her.
Okay.
She doesn't feel like she's crazy about cats.
She is. She was never crazy about cats.
Yeah, it won't be hard. She's all ready to do it. Doesn't have to be a puppy. It can be an older dog. Takes a little more time when it's an older dog, but either would be successful ultimately.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I really think I needed to hear to know that she will and forever always be with us.
Oh yeah, forever. And she'd love to do Metta with you, to send her loving kindness.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing to
Uh-huh.
hear. I really need to. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for that.
All right. I'm so glad you called. You take care.
Thank you so much. You as well. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Isn't she taking the higher road and not feeling sorry for herself? But she had lovely energy, that caller. This is Deborah. How can I help you?
Hi, Deborah.
Yes.
Hello. Hi, this is Tanya calling.
Hi, Tanya.
We met a couple. Hi.
Hi. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm actually calling from Munich. We had met a couple times. I was living in Egypt. We met a couple times over the courses in the summer and the spring.
Uh-huh.
And and so what's happened now is I've just been diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh,
this kind of happened about it's like a month ago.
That came out of the blue,
I'm
did it? You weren't anticipating that? Uh-huh.
Well, no, I wasn't anticipating that. And I remember I asked you a question in the spring, too. I said I'd felt something, and you said that it was kind of my thymus that was growing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of, I was kind of in and out thinking, is this something or is this stress? Because I just moved to Egypt, and, there's a lot going on. So anyways, I got it checked in September, and now it's turned into this big thing where it's still in the breast. They told me it's not in the lymph yet. And that I'm here in Germany now, and I've got to do a mastectomy on Tuesday. And so I'm just wondering if
that sounds,
can give me some more understanding.
I love your being so
and
proactive and that you're on it. And I can't think, I've spent a lot of time in Germany. I can't think of a better place to have a surgery. Their medicine is more advanced than the U.S.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying.
Oh, yeah, no, their care is very amazing, and their medical standards and knowledge are higher than the U.S. Are you from the U.S. originally?
No, I'm actually from Canada.
You're from Canada,
Yeah.
I don't know about Canadian medicine, but I know Germany's light years ahead of everybody else, so you've gone to the right place.
Okay, good.
I'd love to help you with the fear level, which of course is high, of course.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And, you need to think about all the positive things. Breast cancer is so treatable these days, really. Mm-hmm. And you said it's not in the lymph?
They said on Tuesday that they were worried about that, and they checked, and they said it wasn't. And I've got an appointment tomorrow to kind of confirm everything.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll know more. Mm-hmm. So you're having it done a week from now?
Yeah, they said on Tuesday next week.
Oh, Tanya, I think it'll go very, very well. You feel like a young woman.
Not so young, but...
Well, young, yeah, relatively. You're relatively young. Mm-hmm. And you feel healthy otherwise. So
yeah, I feel healthy otherwise.
Yeah,
and
just
so
think of this.
Like, if there's something that comes up for you on this, like, I don't know, like U.S., like, why does this happen?
Just feels,
what am I supposed to learn from this?
I'm not getting the why, but it just feels like a little tiny blip on your life path. Mm-hmm. This doesn't feel like a huge deal.
Wow, okay. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, they cut off your breast and it's not a huge deal, but okay. But okay,
well, I forgot about that part. I'm looking at it from a health angle and a spiritual angle.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned about frankly, about the cosmetic angle. Or the, I think you'll be so relieved that you won't feel a loss. I think you'll feel relief and joy that you caught it so early, and, you're very fortunate.
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And finding these doctors and anything. And is there anything else that after this that you feel that is, or that you could see that's coming for me? Because I think I told you I lived in Mexico for 23 years, and then we moved to Egypt in March, and then I really started feeling this as soon as I was there.
What took you to Germany? Just this condition?
Just the condition took me to Germany, but Egypt was my husband got a new job with the UN, and so we just moved there in March, and then it's just been like, I from the day I got there, or actually 2 weeks after getting there, I just started to feel a little something
off
in my chest, and it was kind of.
I think
don't know, like there's
that, Tanya. That feels coincidental.
Okay.
Doesn't it? I don't think it has anything to do with you being in Egypt.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That just feels coincidental. How long have you been in Egypt? What month did you get there? This is
March.
Oh, so
March.
you've been there about 6 months,
Mm.
right? About 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels a
about that.
little lonely. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Have you got some family or friends with you in Germany?
Where I am in Germany now, yeah, all my kids and my husband are here now.
Oh, sweet.
So they all came.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Mhm.
nice.
Okay, so you're well surrounded with loved ones right now.
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
And then
yeah. And then you're going to go back, right? Back to Egypt?
well, I think what we'll do is we'll probably go back to Mexico because that's where we have our house, and our plan was to go back for Christmas. So I've got to be here for a month or so, and then and then the idea would be going back to Egypt. And I think one of the things you'd said to me, I said, like, I'm here, and I feel like this connection to this place. And you said that I was from there, from Egypt, and I should just go around the city and meditate. I'm still trying to find my place there, I think. So we'll be there for
you
a
feel
few
a little
years,
lost, but that's a lot of international travel you're doing. Even your body type is well, you're skewed right now because, of course, you know, this is a very fearful situation. But it feels like normally you'd be kind of a Pitta Kapha type, lots of fire and lots of earth, which will come back in once you have the surgery. You'll start to feel very reassured.
Okay.
You'll come back to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. It's like almost coming back to myself.
Do you do anything
Okay,
with
so
do you do anything with beads? Do you have a practice that uses prayer beads of any kind?
I mean, I used to, when I was a kid, you know, say the rosary, and I have some rosaries, you know, that my grandfather's been mine. And
you might pick one up while you're you might pick one up in the next week while you're in Germany.
Okay.
I think it'd be very reassuring just to have something to move through your fingers.
Okay.
All right. I'm so
Okay,
glad
thank
you
you so
called,
much.
Tanya. Keep us posted, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much,
All right,
Deborah.
yeah. Keep me
Thank you for
posted on
everything.
Facebook how you're doing. You take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Deborah. How can I help you?
Excuse me. Hi, Deborah. This is Nancy. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Hi.
And I want to say that your meditation seems like a perfect thing that we all need at this time.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. I was wondering, my mom recently passed away this summer, and I kind of question, you know, why she passed away. I don't know. I just don't feel like they took care of her. And then I kind of feel lost.
Did she live near you?
Yeah, I lived with her.
Feels like it was her time, Nancy. What's your mom's name?
Karen?
And when was a month of her passing?
She passed away in July, this past July.
Oh,
20th.
just a few months ago.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we don't really go anywhere, actually, when we die. She's not really gone. Her spirit is still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, you know, think of her often, and with such a recent passing, you want to be sending her metta. When you think of the person you love, you could use your mother and send her loving kindness.
Yeah.
I think it would be very comforting to you. She doesn't want you to grieve, you know. Have you got some friends there where you live?
Oh, we got family.
How about you personally? Do you have somebody you're close to?
You know, I more or less keep to myself, and I'm in the process of trying to find jobs, and it's just not the same like it used to be.
No, it isn't, is it? But you feel awfully alone. I'd love for you to maybe get involved with a group. Something like, It could be anything, book club, an exercise club, whatever you like to do. I'd love to see you with some friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big loss. You were living with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we just don't realize how alone we feel. And we're meant to be in community. We're not meant to be by ourselves. And we've all learned how to be in community, on Zoom out of necessity. But it'd be great if you could have some personal connection with some people.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to start working for myself, so I figure I'll at least try that. Something.
Yeah, let me really encourage you to find a group of whatever you're interested in. Whether it's social or charitable or religious or wherever your interest takes you. Maybe go down and help at the animal shelter. It could be anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way, or I'm sure there is, ask for guidance in directing me and helping
Sure.
me?
Who do you like to connect with? What guide appeals to you most?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. When I try it, I just say spirit. Help.
You've got a guardian angel.
Yeah.
You've also got a family member that seems pretty close to you. I'm not getting. It's a little vague. It could be your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's there for you. Yeah, just if you think about her more, I think she might come in more fully.
Excuse me. Okay.
Yeah, and call on your guardian angel.
My guardian angel?
Yeah.
Okay.
We all have one.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad you called.
Thank you.
Yeah. You take care.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. We got time for another song here, you guys? This song. Hold on. To shift here a little bit. So we're so lucky to have Lois Mahalia with us. What a privilege.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Oh, it's so much fun, Lois. And this is a song that she's written, and we're the first to hear. So I'm pretty excited about it. And you'll get the chance. We'll put the link for you to her work so you can see it. I love this song.
Thank you. It's called Maybe. Here we go.
Who you texting to? What you trying to do? While you figure it out, there's no need to shout. Let it all hang out. All caps says it all. Maybe you should come on over, baby. We can talk it over, maybe. I'll be your four-leaf clover. I just wanna hold you. In a Facebook post of somebody's toast, nobody said what they mean. All that you see found in a tweet. You can use your feet. Ain't that real sweet? Maybe you should come on over, baby. Come on, let's talk it over, maybe. I'll be your four-leaf clover. I just wanna hold you. We don't have to talk if you don't want to. Ooh, leave the TV off. They say that they
hope you've had a wonderful time with us. Our next show is not next Tuesday, it's a week later, so it's week after next. We really enjoy being with you and sharing just all this good vibe and all this love and all this amazing weather. And we just love this community, just really enjoying it. Hey, listen, the secret word for this week is poodle. I picked a word I could pronounce. Poodle, like the dog. Okay. And, fill that in and drop it on the Instagram page. It's my handle is at deborahking.lifeforce, and we just posted that in the Facebook discussion. So until next time, can't wait to see you then. You take care.
2, 3,
This little light of mine,